Shamanettes, and welcome to the Beauty Shamans. So we are here again with the wonderful Andrea Flommer, who is the author of Shopping for the Real You, and her website has the same exact title. So thank you so much, Andrea, for joining us. We are going to talk about party dressing.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, here we go, heading into the fall and not fall, we're in fall, but basically different holiday season, right? We've got the Thanksgiving, we've got Christmas and New Year's. So lots of parties. And we're going to talk about dressing for these parties. We're going to stay in style, but we're also going to dress for our body shape, which I love that you get into such great detail about all of this. Okay, so this is how this is going to go. We're going to talk about different types of parties and how to dress for those parties. So we're going to talk about more casual, so more home parties, cocktail, formal, fancy, and then New Year's. So we're going to really hit every single one of these parties. Stay until the end. You're going to learn a ton. All right, Andrea, you ready to go?
Okay. So first of all, if, if yours is the kind of family that's very casual and like to wear ugly Christmas sweaters,
Right.
God bless you, do it. Don't follow
Yes.
any of this advice.
Right, right.
Or if you all dress up in the same flannel, uh, sleepwear on Christmas Day, same thing. But what we're going to talk about is when you want to look a little dressier or when you want to look show up a little bit more, we'll say, as
Right,
in your own individuality.
right.
So starting with some basic dressing guidelines for the holidays, it's very easy to end up looking a little bit like a Christmas ornament,
Yeah. We've all
especially
seen
if
it.
you're
We've all seen it or done it. We've all done it. Yeah.
earrings, necklace,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially if you're adding sequins or
Yeah.
the bling. So there are some basic points to keep in mind. And frankly, these are very valuable points for anybody dressing for any occasion. But if you apply them to the holiday season, then it brings a real quality of elegance to your whole outfit. And that is, it's four main points. You want to have a point of interest.
Right.
You want to make sure that the way the eye looks. The second is the way the eye sees the outfit is it doesn't get stuck in one area and go, that doesn't look right.
Right.
There should be a focal piece, which could be the point of interest. And I highly recommend using neutrals as a balance for all of these. Now, neutrals vary for different people. For many people, it's black. For some, it's gray. Believe it or not, for me, it's shades of green, a darker green,
Right.
darker green or muted green. So it really depends on what your undertone is and what works for you. So think of those as your basic pieces, and you want to get them in as good quality as you can because you're going to wear them repeatedly.
Right.
So those are the basics that we should think about. And let's talk first about if you're having a party at home or you're going to visit somebody for Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Let's pause for a second because I love what you just said, and I just want to touch on it because I think what I see is women want to have that one piece, but what I see sometimes is that finding that one piece that's going to catch the eye and have the eye line is can be a little bit tricky, right? Because say you're a petite woman, like you're very petite, and then you get a big piece, it can completely overtake, right? Or I'm a much bigger person, I'm 5'10". So if I get too small, it's gonna get lost. So can you give some proportional advice? And then let's go into the home dressing and your advice for that.
Okay, so that focal point or that element of point of interest can be either through a color that
Uh-huh.
works for you,
Right.
or a pattern, or the textile itself. So, for example, I think we talked in the last time about satin is becoming a very popular textile this year, and satin's going to catch your eye no matter what else you're wearing,
Right.
and especially if it's in a color. Or if you're going for something really holiday sparkly or a New Year's event, the focal point could be something with sequins. So that would be the thing that could draw attention, that would work no matter what size you were, no matter how tall you were, and no matter what your coloring is, because you can always pick a color that works for your coloring.
Right.
But if everything else is fairly neutral, that could be the focal point. That could be the point of interest.
Wonderful. Okay, that's great. That helps break it down a little bit more. All right, let's talk about the home party. So it's a little bit more casual and comfortable. What are some of the great trends that we're seeing right now?
Well, I think there's two ways to look at it. One is more traditional,
Mhm.
and that would be wearing something like you're seeing a lot of tweed and wool blazers now for women. Yes, you'll see them in super oversized. Um, that doesn't really speak so much for holiday wear. So I would keep it a little bit more tailored, and you could bring that fashion forward by either wearing it with some of those wider leg pants that are very popular right now. Again, if the top is more is smaller and more fitted, then you can have more volume on the bottom. Another thing you could wear with a shorter blazer like that would be leather pants. That would take it very fashion forward. Or a midi skirt, even a leather midi skirt with a slight slit might be really fashionable, something like that. If you're wearing it, um, any of those, you could wear with tall boots, or if you're wearing full length pants, you could wear them with shorter boots. And the focal point on that could be the color that you wear underneath the jacket, or it could be a pretty necklace. And right now, we're going really simple with the bling. I mean, you're not seeing a lot of really big I think I mentioned this last time for the holidays. You're not seeing a lot of dangling earrings, a lot of multicolored necklaces, although you could for, I'll talk about that a little bit later, but a pretty gold piece that puts emphasis on the face, that creates the point of interest upward. So that's a nice idea. If you want to be really experimental, let's say you're wearing pretty much a neutral head to toe outfit with a midi skirt or a dress, you could wear some spectacular colored boots, and that would be a point of interest.
Right.
So it's just, you don't want to have competing points of interest or competing colors in these, because then again, you start looking a little bit ornamental instead of fashionable.
Right.
And
Wonderful.
then,
That's
so
Go
the
ahead.
simple earrings could be hoop earrings. Also, you could wear a um, a slip skirt.
Yeah.
They're showing them in really, really pretty colors, and like you would look great in something like this, a leopard slip skirt.
Right.
And you would wear one of those shapewear pieces. We talked about it in another interview that we did. If you like that look, which is very popular, of the satiny kind of slip skirts, especially if they're midi, you could wear them to the knee or midi, and you could wear those with boots. It would be beautiful.
Right.
Wear it with a simple top on top,
Right.
or with a pretty blouse, but don't let the colors clash. And then the shoes that you would wear with that, with the wool, like as if you're wearing a wool blazer and long full leg pants, you could wear those with booties or with some of the very popular loafers that are out now. If you're wearing it with a midi skirt, I guess I mentioned, they're showing a lot of these tall boots that are over the knee. One thing about buying tall boots, make sure that if you're buying them online, go to the website and check to see how tall the shaft of the boot is. Because if, like me, the distance from your knee to your ankle is very short, those over the knee boots are going to go almost to your thighs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And unless that's a look you're going for, be careful about that.
Right.
So I'd say mostly boots, booties, or loafers would be something to wear with the more tweedy look. And if you're going to wear a slip skirt, then you could wear those with knee-high boots, or you could wear them with a sling back, kind of something that was pretty in a pretty color, or if that's going to be your fault, if everything else is in similar color, you could wear a color in a slingback shoe.
Right.
Otherwise, keep it in a nude color. That would be most flattering for that look.
Right. Wonderful. That sounds great. Home party. All right. So what about cocktail parties? So this is a little bit more dressy, but it's still pretty conservative, right? Because it's a cocktail party.
Are people still having cocktail parties? I think they are.
I think they are. I just went to one last night. So here
Oh,
we're
all
having
right.
them for sure. Yeah.
What did you wear?
Oh, it's Ecuador, so you don't
Oh,
really dress up a ton, it's
oh,
really, really casual. I wore a black dress,
okay.
with like a nice brown belt and matching shoes. So it just was very conservative, but nice and classy. And, that was my look. But, this was for an artist. So the real highlight was looking at the art, but it was great. It was actually pretty fun. So,
Well, you just answered my question, your
oh,
own
okay.
question. Because one of the things that you cannot fail on is to wear a simple little
Right.
black dress.
LBD.
Something that suits your body shape and that is flattering, that you know that every time you put on, you feel great.
Right.
And so what you would simply do with that is bling it up a little bit, but keep it fairly conservative. So you could wear some simple pearls, but bigger pearls they're showing this year, with
Mm,
maybe slightly smaller matching earrings, or a great, thick chain gold necklace. You could wear a blingy bag, something with sequins on it, but keep it small. It should probably be a clutch, and then low heels. And you can keep that all monocolor. I would avoid going too much in color if you want to be, I think the reason I'm describing all these is that they make your life a little more simple.
right.
If you're the kind of woman who loves, pattern mixing and multiple colors, and you know how to do it well, please go ahead and do that. You don't need to follow these rules. But these are for the rest of us who look in our closet and go, oh, I have an event coming up. What am I going to wear?
Right.
These are like what I call the go-to recipes that that anytime you cook it, it'll turn out just fine.
Right.
So a simple little black dress with really nice lower heel or high heels. If you're still into high heels, I'll give you the truth of this. Women always most outfits look better with high heels.
Mm,
I can't wear them anymore, but they're beautiful. So even if it's a lower heel with a sling back, nice bling, nice bag, you're good to go.
right. Wonderful. I completely agree with that. All right, let's go to a more formal event. So I think this causes some stress. We get into formal and fancy because it's like, oh no, what's everybody else wearing? And, for me anyway, it gets to be a little bit more uptight. So what does that look like? What can we look for?
Well, again, I think, it's really valuable to have some terrific basics in your wardrobe.
Right.
And that could include really nice neutral color, generally black. If, for most women, they can wear black. Or I won't say most, I'll say a lot of women can wear black, especially if it's below your waist. If you're sort of pale and yellow like I am, and you don't wear black near your face, there's nothing wrong with wearing it on, from the waist down, because that's not going to change the look of your face very much.
Right.
So having a beautiful pair of, say, for example, um, tuxedo pants, or some really nice black crepe pants, either straight leg or the wider, softer leg now, would be a great piece to start with. Another thing to wear under it that would be very pretty, because they're showing a lot of satin now, and here's where you could bring in some color and a focal point of interest, would be a satin tank to wear with those pants, because you make the top fitted and smaller, the bottom wider. And even if you're wearing slim pants, one of those pretty satin tanks would be very pretty underneath it. And then you could add, for example, a neutral color velvet jacket. And this time of year, they're always going to be showing velvet, and they are. And they come in really beautiful colors. Now, if you're wearing black pants and, say, for example, a pink tank top, you don't want to wear another competing color You could possibly wear purple, but I think you're getting a lot of colors happening there, and that makes people kind of, you know, so, and you could go monocolor if you want, all black. It would be a little more conservative and then bling it up. But it would be pretty to have a color on the top. And then, for example, a black, maybe satin or even not rhinestone, sequin, a black
Oh,
sequin top
nice.
would be very pretty with that.
Right.
And then what you would add with that is, and again, if you have something like tuxedo pants or very fine crepe or um, very fine wool, straight or looser pants, you can also wear those with a tuxedo jacket.
Mm.
Those are very, very popular. You could do a tuxedo jacket with satin pants would be beautiful, and lower heels. So I would guess mostly lower heels. You don't want to wear booties with these outfits. You want something more delicate. You could wear blinged up flats, in satin or velvet flats would be beautiful. And then your jewelry, I think there you could bring in some colored, maybe button style, multicolor earrings or necklace, or simple gold or pearls. I would say not so much pearls with these because pearls are a little more conservative.
Right.
And if you want to be a little bit fancier, bling it up a little bit with something that looks like a diamond or a ruby or, or multiple gemstones. So
Right.
I think that would take it a little bit more formal for you.
Right. It's pretty easy with just one piece of jewelry, I think, to completely change the tone of an outfit. Like I have these wonderful pearls that I love and I can stack them or I can make them longer. And they're just, it's interesting what you can do by tossing in something like a pearl or a diamond necklace or, fake diamond or whatever. Like I think it's important to keep that in mind. You don't need tons of clothes, but sometimes just that little accessory can make all the difference, right?
I completely agree. Absolutely.
Okay, so fancy party,
Okay, fancy party where you're
sequins.
going to be a little less conservative, a little
Right.
more kick it up. Sequins, right?
Yes.
Why not? Now, one thing that is fun is they're showing, just like they're showing satin slip skirts, they're showing sequin skirts. And those are shorter. Those are slightly above the knee. And if you don't like the look of your legs, you could wear them with colored stockings that would match the color of the sequin. So you could wear a black sequin skirt and you could wear, I don't know, you could wear a sequin top. That would be pretty. But here's my personal opinion. Some sequin tops are looking a little dated and might make you look a
Mm,
little older, whereas a sequin skirt is going to make you look hip and a little
mm,
fashion forward and a little sexier. So
right,
it's your call. There are some beautiful sequin pieces like sequin jackets, for example.
right.
But if you're wearing, now here's another option. If you have a sequin jacket that closes, that would be quite pretty, especially if it's not too long. If it's sort of to the waist or slightly below, you could wear that with satin pants. That would be really pretty. And for both of those, keep the shoes either high heels or, again, if you don't wear high heels anymore, put a little bit of a heel on with a pump
Right.
and with it or a sling back. I think that would be very pretty. And then your jewelry, again, still keep it simple. Wear a
Mm,
fancy cocktail ring if you want to, and if you express with your hands a lot. But and then maybe simple earrings. It could be silver or gold. I say gold a lot because that's what I wear, but obviously it could be silver. And with that outfit, you could also wear diamond or faux diamond, or if it's all one color or a similar color to if you're wearing a, let's say, a colored sequin top or a colored sequin skirt, you could maybe match the color or part of the color in the earrings. So that's something that I would recommend, but don't go with the long earrings. Keep them
mm,
shorter now in this kind of a look.
right. Wonderful. That sounds beautiful. I think of the idea of a sequin skirt is awesome. I
I
would
think you
love
should.
that.
I
How
think you'd look
fun.
fabulous in
Oh my
that.
God, I would love that with just a very simple top. Okay, I'm all like, I'm there, right? All right, so the last one is New Year's Eve. So what are we gonna wear to the New Year's Eve party?
Okay. Let's say it's a pretty fancy New Year's Eve party and you
Right.
want to look really feminine, really sexy. I'm going to give you one recommendation,
Slip dress,
and that
right?
is
Yeah.
it's one of those slip dresses.
Yes, yes.
They are very popular right now. And if you need shapewear, wear the shapewear. But imagine wearing one of those long slip dresses that's midi length. I think they look more feminine, slightly below the knee or midi length. They could have a slit in it. That's fine. Wear them with some kind of a heel. And then they're showing, they show faux fur every year at this time, but they're showing some incredible colors. They have been for about the past year. But if you were wearing a neutral color, white or yellow or something, or a pale yellow or a pale pink slip dress, and you had one of those sort of shortish, not too long, um, faux fur jackets, that would be spent just spectacular.
Yes.
You would wear slingbacks or heels with those, and then sparkly earrings. So it's not a lot. It's not a
Right.
lot of, and then carry a clutch. The clutch should not, it could either match the jacket, it could match the dress, but yeah, it could be either match the jacket or the dress. Especially if it's black, you definitely can do that.
Right.
But the whole point of this outfit is simplicity, and the point of interest is you.
Right.
Well, I guess the slip dress is going to show you off anyway. And that big furry jacket makes you look soft and feminine and sexy. So it's only one idea, but it's something you can riff on, you
Right.
know.
Right.
If some part of that doesn't quite work for you, then go for satin pants and maybe a big fluffy jacket, something like that.
Right.
So I hope that gives you some ideas.
That's great. And I love, I guess the season, knowing that things are more simplified as far as jewelry and bags, and you can add the bling and you can add the attention and the glam through other means. And I think that's kind of an important distinction I keep hearing you say over and over again with a lot of what we're talking about is add the color, add the pop, add the uniqueness in a very specific way. Like you said, the nice jacket or, maybe a sequin top or skirt or something. So I think that's great advice for women as we go shopping for this fall, or maybe looking at our own wardrobe fall. I keep saying fall because because I'm the opposite. I'm in summer, like I've got to keep myself straight. Anyway, I really appreciate all of your advice and thank you for coming on and talking about all this.
It's always fun. And this one was particularly fun.
Yes, I love this. Of course, I'm so excited. I want to go shopping like right now. So anyway, ladies, thank you so much for watching. Please write down below. We always answer. Andrea and I both go on and we'd love to read your comments. Ask any questions you'd like, and you can visit Andrea at shoppingfortherealyou.com. If you specifically want to hire her, she's a personal stylist. She's fabulous. I totally recommend her. So thank you so much for watching today and have a lovely afternoon.